You've heard me say it dozens of times before. Poor repair planning is a leading cause of a majority of your body shop operational chaos. When you miss damage and operations on your estimate, it costs you in so many different ways. Delays, morale in the shop, profit, cycle time, poor customer experience, even poor quality repairs. That's right. When I got to ask you this, when will you finally decide to make a committed decision to stop guesstimating and start performing consistent, accurate repair plans? Good morning, guys. I'm Dave Luehr, and I want to welcome you to another powerful edition of Elite's Body Shop Management Tip of the Week. I'm the founder of Elite Body Shop Solutions, where we teach shops how to create systems that allow shops to find the consistency that they need by helping them build a systematic approach to repair planning, right? So for the next few weeks, I'm going to share a few of these tips with you. And today, I want to challenge the foundation of how you perform these repair plans. So you already know that I don't condone writing poorly written curve estimates. So let me start by saying this. Whenever you can get away with it, do not write upfront estimates when you know that the car is just going to come back in and you're going to have to disassemble it and you're going to have to do the whole thing over again. That's waste. So the only time that this really does make sense doing it up front is on the lower severity repair jobs where you spend the time to write a proper appraisal that's going to allow you to capture 100% of the damage, right? Then it makes sense to pre-order the parts, doesn't it? So if you cannot write an accurate enhanced appraisal in about an hour or less, and unless you live in a part of the world where it's really difficult to get parts quickly, or maybe it's a Ford where you're having a hard time getting parts right now, stop writing these, right? It's just wasting everybody's time. So, okay, now that we've got that out of the way, my real tip for you today so you can build a systematic method of appraisal. It's this: think more like a computer and less like a human. Okay, so what do I mean by that? That sounds crazy. When I was first taught to write an estimate, I was taught to take a sheet of paper and a clipboard and go out to the car, and I would look at the point of impact on the car, right? And then I would work my way outwards from there. So we always started with where the primary damage was, and then move our way out. Now, this was kind of the old way of thinking. This is the way that estimators were taught back in the day when I first started doing this, like 30, 40 years ago. So one day, a mentor of mine who I worked with, he worked for a large auto body chain, told me, "Dave, you're doing it all wrong, man." He says, "You need to think more like a computer." And I'm like, okay, whatever that means, right? See, computers at the most basic level, they answer true or false questions, don't they? Ones and zeros. This is the binary code system that allows computers to, compute. So if you're tired of missing damage, it's because you are thinking too much like a human. You are likely looking at a damage component on the vehicle during your damage analysis, internalizing it into your brain, right? Then downloading that information onto a sheet of paper, right? You're writing it on or maybe a napkin, right? And then you are maybe at some point entering that information into the computer system. So this process that I just described is wrought full of potential errors. Now, the way a computer would do it is to use the information contained in your estimating program in a systematic way. You see, starting with each group, usually from front to back. So perhaps the first group, for example, in your estimating system is, let's say, information labels. Okay, so to think like a computer, you would ask yourself this question: does this repair job that I'm analyzing right now require us to perform any operations involving an information label true or false, or as I like to say, yes or no. So if the first group sequenced in your estimating system is info labels and your answer is no, you go to the next group in the sequence, probably the front bumper group, okay? Then you ask the same question again. Does this repair job require any operations in the front bumper group? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then you open up the group in your estimating system where you can see all the little parts below it. Then you highlight the very first one. And let's say that's the bumper cover, for example. Then you ask the question, does this repair job require any front bumper operations on the front bumper cover? Yes or no? Then you go and look at the bumper cover on the actual damaged vehicle, verify the damage, add it to your repair plan, then go to the next item on your computer screen, perhaps a bracket or something along those lines. Continuing the same yes or no process until you reach the very bottom of the group, right? Then you go to the next group, right? Perhaps it's the grill group, for example, and you start the whole process over again until you've gone through all of the groups. And, you know, some of you listening may say, my God, Dave, this sounds like it would take forever. It doesn't take as long as you think. Once you get down a system like this, you can go through an entire repair plan pretty fast and without missing a lot of stuff. And of course, I got to remind you, you want to be sure to incorporate your OEM repair procedures along the way through this process. So the simple distinction here that I really want you to take away is that you are using the computer first to ask your yes or no questions. Then you look at the car instead of the traditional method of looking at the car, then referring back to the computer, right? A very simple distinction, but a big one. Now, I'm going to be delivering a lot more tips just like this one in the upcoming weeks about how to write accurate repair plans. But in case you're not already a member of our Elite's Operations Monthly Live program, I want to let you know that we do have a great recorded class that you can access as a member. So if you're already a member, go check it out. It's called How to Set Up a Successful Blueprint Program. This class will give you plenty of details on how to not only set up a great blueprinting program, but also provides great systems, right? Actionable systems so that you can get an accurate repair plan on every single repair job. And in this program, you get our famous Elite Blueprinting Guide. This thing is really cool. And it also includes what we call our 10-step sheets. So we've got these simple sheets that a lot of people use. And again, it's a systematic approach that'll allow you to get what you want. And an accurate repair plan every single time. So listen, to learn more about this, if you're not already a member of our academy, go visit the Elite Body Shop Academy at elitebodyshopsolutions.com/academy. Guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Dave Luehr, and I will see you next week with another great tip. Thanks